Hi, my name is Sean, and for our group project, we chose to do the athlete subculture. I think this is kind of one of the most almost unoriginal subcultures, but I think it gets pretty unique and special at the community college level because it morphs and changes a lot from what people think and know of about athletes. I think the community college, a lot of things change, but athletics especially because a lot of other structures that you had in high school and middle school and even four-year schools goes away. And the way people and athletes themselves react to it really defines this subculture. And the athletes themselves really care, and I think the people who are not in the athlete subculture really have a general apathy towards athletes. So can you guys tell me your names and what sport you play?
I'm Megan Ramsey, I play volleyball.
I'm Gabby Lam, I also play volleyball.
Okay, so my first question is, do you guys think there's an athlete subculture at IVC?
Yes, I do. I don't think that it's necessarily like all of the athletes, but I think there are like kind of groups of athletes that hang out within each other.
State your name and what sport you play.
Daniel Segal, right bench, soccer.
Do you think there's a fashion associated with athletes?
Yes, for sure.
Do you think it depends on the sport, or do you think it's pretty uniform?
Depends on the sport. Usually where the attire that your sport gives you, in a sense. Like usually baseball players all have like their baseball caps on, while soccer players usually wear like shorts or sweatpants.
Hey, can you tell me your name?
My name is Zach.
And what do you think the most common / important defining characteristics and behaviors of the athlete subculture is?
I think the most common and important athletic subcultures are that they share common basis, that they have already a structure established that where help them to build stronger and better communications and better networking among themselves, for themselves and as well as for their teams. And it would be very difficult for other students or athletes to do so because they don't have such a structured basis to build such a behavior or networking or communication with in a society or at IVC or somewhere else.
Personally to you, what do you feel the negatives of the athlete subculture here at IVC is?
I think that, a lot of students here, they play sports, they put everything they have towards sports, but at the end of the day, if you're not going to go pro, you're just wasting your time.
So do you really think that athletes are almost a disruptive influence, or do you think they're just largely there?
I just think that, it's disruptive. I would go.
What do you think the positives of the student athlete subculture is?
To me, there are a lot of pros about being a student athlete in college. As a former and future student athlete, they don't have my sport here at IBC, unfortunately. It actually does keep you in line with grades. Coaches have a GPA minimum that you need to maintain to still play on the team, which is definitely an incentive because you don't want to get kicked off because that's embarrassing and you won't be able to play the sport that you like.
Do you think there's an athlete subculture at IVC as a non-athlete?
At IVC, definitely there is an athlete subculture because you always see these athletes in their own groups of athletes, their friends, and they're always in their athlete attire. Everything about them is just athlete, and you'd expect what an athlete would be like in a campus.
How do you feel about the athlete subculture? Do you really care? Do you think it's annoying? Do you think it's cool?
I really don't care for the athlete subculture. I'm just here to do my own thing.
Do you think the athlete subculture is a oppositional subculture?
No, I do not think the athlete subculture is an opposition culture, but if the administrations provide more support and as well as the student body demand more support for subcultures athlete, that will change the academic at IVC level.
So as you can see, I think we've clearly demonstrated that there is an athlete subculture at IVC, but I think it takes on a unique and almost special depiction at a community college versus your more common situations where you might find it. I think people have a different take on it, but I think there's a lot of common themes about it throughout. Thanks for watching.